my god, don't ask what's happening with my hair because I don't know either. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlie and I'm currently living in South Korea. Before I start this video, I just want to say I'm not sure how the editing is going to go or what this looks like because I don't have a very good setup. I currently have my microphone blue tacked on top of my vacuum so that you can hear me. So we're dealing with what we have right now. Anyway, I wanted to make this video to talk about my experience moving to South Korea and my experience living here. I feel like I have some good advice to share and some good stories about what not to do, which is always the best way to learn, I think, by making mistakes. But I've lived here for almost 9 months, and I don't know why this is the first video that I've made. Well, actually I do know because I've been working a lot and tired, and making a video, it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of like mental capacity to do this. My first piece of advice for people moving to South Korea, or even if you're just visiting, I think this is very important to remember and to know. Do not trust Google Maps. I know it's very easy. Obviously, when you travel, you just assume that Google Maps works everywhere. And I mean, in most places it definitely does. I lived in Spain and I never had any other kind of map apart from Google Maps or Apple Maps on my phone. But in Korea, Apple Maps, Google Maps, they work sometimes, but I would not say that they are accurate. Especially if you aren't in Seoul. If you are in a smaller town, or I don't live in Seoul, I live just outside of Seoul, it is not accurate. So I would suggest that you download Naver Maps or Kakao Map. I use Naver Maps primarily, and one of the reasons why I think Naver Maps is really important and really good to have, especially for people visiting. If you're just visiting for a few days or however long, Naver Maps is good because if you want to get the bus or the subway, the train, KTX, anything like that, it shows you in real time how far away the bus or the train is. So it gives you real time updates, which is really helpful and really cool. We don't have that in Australia, so I thought that was really awesome, a really awesome feature to have. However, I think that Kakao Maps is also very helpful because Kakao Maps, you can select a layer that shows you where the bus is in real time. So Naver Maps, it has a feature where it tells you the time. It says like 5 minutes away or arriving soon. And I think Kakao Maps does the same thing as well. But Kakao Maps also has a layer that you can activate where it shows you where the actual bus is. And you might think like, why is that important if I have a setting that tells me in real time how far away the bus is? I visited Jeju recently and Kakao Maps pretty much saved my life several times. I think I'm gonna make a whole other video about Jeju because there's just so many things to talk about there. But if you're in a place where it doesn't give you real-time updates about how far away your transport is, because sometimes it will just say like ETA unknown and it doesn't tell you how far away it is, you can just open Kakao Maps and you can just see where the bus is, which is really, really cool. My next piece of advice, which is also part of the transport advice, I guess, is getting a T-Money card. I think even if you're just visiting for a few days, a T-Money card, which is just a transport card that they use here in Korea, I think is very, very helpful because it's just annoying having to like pay for tickets and things like that. You just get a T-Money card and you can just use it very easily. A T-Money card is very, very helpful. And if you are living in Korea, you can have your card, your checking card, your bank card, set to be used as your T-Money card, which is good It's very handy if you don't have your T-Money card, you can just use your bank card, but it's very easy to just keep swiping. And the other issue with that is that the money doesn't come out instantly when you use your bank card as a transport card. It all comes in a lump sum, I think once a month or something like that. So it is better to use a T-Money card. My last piece of advice is you definitely really need to learn at least a little bit the basics of the language before you move to a foreign country. Now that seems like an obvious thing, and I did that. I did that before I moved to Spain, and I did that before I moved here, but I should have studied more. But because it was quite a last minute decision, that was really like out of my hands. I tried as much as I could, I guess, but I should have done more. And especially when you come to Korea, I'm comparing my experience in Spain to my experience in Korea. Obviously, as a native English speaker, when you live in Spain, the alphabet is almost exactly the same as English, so you can read things and you can read signs and you can just like read for gist and you can, determine what it's about. But in Korea, obviously not, because it's a different alphabet, Hangul. So that's very hard. So I think specifically if you are moving to Korea, you should learn Hangul first. At least learn how to read, because it will just help you so much. And I feel like it's weird when you are learning a different language and I don't know, you feel this moment where it like clicks, where you feel like, oh, I understand what that sign said. Oh, you're listening to someone speak and you're like, oh, I understand what that person said. And of course it's a little difficult. It's a little kind of, it's a lot to process mentally when you are going to another country to teach a language, and then you are also trying to learn the language of that country. It takes a lot of mental energy, because all day you're thinking about, pronunciation and vocabulary and, teaching your own language. And then you're also trying to learn a completely different alphabet, a different vocabulary, different sentence structure. It can be hard, but it's also fun. Like, I love it. I love learning other languages. I'm not fluent in any, I'm terrible at Korean, I'm terrible at Spanish, but I think that I'm trying and I think that I'm, having fun. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please leave a like and comment and subscribe and all of those typical YouTuber things. I'll be back soon with some more videos. Maybe leave a comment and tell me what you would like to know about Korea and I could make a video about it. Okay, bye guys.